get all into my mode. We'll pretend we just started now. Hold, roll back. So we're gonna hold, and then we're gonna point. We're gonna bring it back, roll back, come up. OC point. Woo! Okay, so then when we point, see if we can lift those fingertips up. Roll back, bring it up. Woo! Catch your balance. Woo! Full boat pose. These are just suggestions, of course. Take whatever variation feels right to you. And then from here, you're going to roll, and then we're going to extend our bodies long. Bring it in, roll back. Bring it up, extend your body out. Suck it back in, roll back. Might as well get right into those abs. Did Thomas did you do asana? I think so. Good. Let's bring the bottoms of our feet together. Let your knees drop open. Grab the ankles. Sit nice and tall. Relax your shoulders. Let's sit forward. We're going to hold and breathe. And then we just start to rock from side to side. Seeing if we can get just a little bit lower. Maybe you can bring your forearms down on the mat. We're going to pause and center, pressing the bottoms of the feet together. From here, we'll sit up, extend your right leg out, bring your left foot in towards your right thigh, drop your left knee down. Let's hinge. Oh, stretch that right leg. And then from here, if you can, piece fingers onto your big toe. If not, you can just grab the ankle, the shin, wherever you can reach. Drop your right elbow down towards the right knee. We start to open our chest out to the side, out towards our left knee. Left arm comes up and over. Stretch your left side body. Take big breaths here as you breathe into your rib cage, expanding through the rib cage. Good. We come back up. Pivot your chest out towards your left knee. We'll just walk down as if we're folding over the left side. Keep your right toes facing up. Then we sit back up. We're going to switch sides. Left leg out, right foot in. Sit nice and tall and hinge. Come all the way down. Maintain your neutral spine. Maintain your neutral face. And we breathe. Make sure we try and relax in that right knee. Just let it fall open. Fall open. If we want to grab our grip, piece fingers on the big toe if we can. Back of your left thigh is grounding down. It's rooting down. Left elbow starts to root down. Open your chest up. Swing that right arm up. Get a nice arch with our side body. Let's breathe here. Breathe into the right side of your body. And then we come up, facing towards that right knee. We just fold forward. Keep your left toes facing up towards the ceiling. Let's take a full forward fold so our right foot comes out. We'll sit nice and tall. Hinge forward. Ooh. that feels good. Pull the toes back as you drop the backs of your thighs into the mat. Soften through the face. Lengthen through the spine as we hinge, folding over those legs. Find your edge, find your bottom, the bottom of your forward fold, and hold there. Good, let's come up. We're gonna come, everyone, only me and Thomas really have kettlebells, so I'm not gonna do a swing then. We are gonna do squats, that's something we can all do. Pistol grip for, well, Thomas, you know the grip. You guys, whatever grip you want on your weights. Feel funny not having the same equipment sometimes, but it's okay. It's okay. We gotta do what we gotta do, what COVID calls us to do, and this is what we're doing. So have, wherever your weights are, bring them in towards your chest, and then we're just gonna squat down. Whenever we come to a squat, I want you to reach your bum back and your knees stay stacked over your ankles. So come down to the bottom of your squat. And if your weights are heavy, put them down. Let's do it like a self-audit. Knees and ankles in line. So there's this like straight line going on. If it's like more like a diagonal line and you can't see your ankles, back it up. Sometimes when we back it up, we end up losing our balance and kind of tipping over, which is why we put the knees forward. It feels like easier on balance. We have the weight in the front of the foot. We want the weight in the ball of the foot and the heels. And think about this, whatever I send back, which is generally where we end up falling, I need to send the same weight forward, which is why the chest comes forward and the booty goes back. Stick it out like it wants to touch the back wall. That's the bottom of your squat. And then straighten the legs and lift your weight up overhead. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Big breath in and up. And then from here, you're going to bring your weight. So if I had a hand weight, this is what I would do, or a soup can or a coconut milk can. I would take it down on one foot. I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to twist at the top. If you had two, do the same thing. Hands down towards the left foot. I come up, strong core, a little twist at the top. Tap, twist. If you have lighter weights, you can pick up your speed. If you have heavier weights, maybe you want to slow it down just so we can be technically sound. Keep the weight close to your body as you bring it up, up, up. Second side, down to the right foot, we come up to a twist. Good, back down to your squat. Just need a hair elastic. So we're just gonna hold the squat and give yourselves a little pulse at the bottom, whether you have your weights or you drop them and we just get into the squat work, it's up to you. So we're bouncing here at the bottom of the squat, the booty's reaching back, look down, hold yourself accountable, knees stacked over the ankles. And then from here, we're gonna come up to the top. We're gonna give ourselves a little calf raise. So raise your heels up off the mat. Down and up and down and up. If you feel good about that, add the weights. If you never let them go, good for you. Up and down and up and down. Pulse here at the bottom in your squat. Knees stacked over the ankles, sit bones, reaching back. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th one, come up. If you've got a kettlebell, you can go for the press, and if you don't, I want you to, if you have your hand weights, I want you to bring your hands down as you open the hips up strong. 2, 3, 4. Good. Hold down at the bottom. Lose your weight. Walk your feet in just a little bit tighter. Then from here, we're going to hop up off the mat. So just like we were using the weights to bring it down, now you're just going to throw your arms down and use that explosive power to come up into the jump squat. Land softly. So if you're using the length of your mat, this is where we're going next. So we got our squat jump, hands down, back, up, explode. We can keep it slow. Be deliberate with each movement. We're going to pause back in the plank. Hold here. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Let's take it over into a side plank. Either side. Breathe. Onto the right side. Back into center. Watch this. I'm going to hop myself halfway through. I'm going to hop back. I'm going to come the whole way through. So my feet are right close to my wrist. Hop back. Hop. Take your time. Take rest when you need to. Back to plank. Down dog. Now from here, I'm going to bend my knee. I'm going to come forward. I'm going to hop back into a what's this called? Mountain climber. And then I'm going to reach back. The movement, I come forward. I hop with the switch. Reach it back. Try not to put that foot down. I was putting the foot down, but maybe we can even hop right into the knee, into the belly. Play with it. It doesn't have to be perfect every time. It doesn't have to be fast. It just needs to be deliberate. Keep going. Come forward with your left knee forward. Let it rock side to side. Step it back. Right foot forward. Let it rock. Downward dog. Let's let our feet paddle. Let's let our right heel float up to the ceiling. Give yourself just a little pulse up here. Reach the heel up. Try to keep the belly button pulling in towards your spine. Nice strong core so the low back stays protected. Then from here, shift yourself forward into a plank. So I'm in this like single leg plank. And we go back up. course, we could do this from the knees, puppy pose into that lifted leg. Let's switch, left foot down, right foot up, into the pulse. Pulse, pulse. Keep your core strong. Shift it forward. Shift it back.
Pause the camera, Jeff.
I'm still here. Fixed it. Take a rest. Take a drink. We're going to get into the Turkish Get Up now. Hi. I think I'd learn to charge my phone, but I don't. Boom. Power's here. All right, I'm gonna take a big drink because I'm gonna talk a lot. And your job is to get your breath back under control, a nice easy pace, a nice learning pace where we can kind of absorb and then put it into practice. I'm gonna face this way, I'm gonna move my stuff out of the way. You're gonna come down and lay on your back. I want you to bring your right foot flat down on the mat, just like you would in a bridge position. So my foot and ankle, or not, my knee and ankle are in line. And then take your left leg, bring it off your mat, like diagonal away from your body, like a 45-degree angle away from your body. And then turn your pinky toe down. So you're on the outside edge of your foot. Now it seems so picky, but it'll help you in the long run. So let's just do it. So from here, I'm going to demo the move and then I'm going to break it down. So this is the starting position. And I'm going fast, only to show you. I'm going to break it all down. You don't have to remember any of this. Boop, boop, boom. Okay. So how do I get laying down on the ground all the way to standing and back down, super aligned, super technical, because with this imaginary weight in my hand, we want to be able to do this and get this weight heavier and heavier. That's like the Turkish Get Up goal, not maybe at your house because you don't have anything heavy, unless you do have something heavy and you want to kind of play with it. That would be totally cool, like something challenging. But let's learn the pattern first. So my left foot is out, my right arm comes out at a diagonal, that's left, my left arm, my right arm, wrist, elbow, shoulder, all stacked, one on top of the other. And that's going to be our goal the entire time. So when I lift up, I pop up on my elbow, my shoulders line up, wrist, elbow, shoulder, shoulder, elbow, wants to be one straight line, and then I press up onto my left hand, still reaching with that right hand. Lift your hips high up to the ceiling. See, this is why I'm on the outside edge of my foot, because I can just get so much more pressure on that outside edge. I can push down and lift my hips. Most common mistake, people get hung up here. They can't pull their leg back. Give yourself tons of space, just like we do in Wild Thing, and then pull your left knee through. Now I've been training a long time, so I can bring it back pretty smoothly. If you need to walk it back, but the goal would be to get it back, because the next movement's here. And here is also about alignment, of course. That's the whole thing is about. Look, knee to hip, knee to ankle. Now I tuck my back toe under, press up. I come all the way up to standing. That kettlebell is up above my head. So we're standing, but we want to get back down on the ground. So from here, I come down into that low lunge. I find the floor with my left hand. Now this is important. Most common mistake here, people will put this hand behind them and then they just don't have the same like kind of space and leverage, you know, as they start to lower down. So instead, we're going to bring it out here. Also, out here, if I'm pointing at you guys, then everything is lined up. And then from here, I can lift, extend my left foot out, bring my left hip down on the ground. Come down on your elbow. Shoulders are still stacked. Try not to drop down here. We want to be nice and stacked in a line. Then I lower my left shoulder down. I lower my right shoulder down. I bring my right elbow down. Just like that. So let's all lay down on the ground. We'll do it together. Let me walk you through it. If you feel okay to like move through it, go for it. If you're super confused, stick with me. I'm going to tell you step by step exactly what to do. Right foot flat, left foot out at a diagonal, left arm out to the side. Right arm comes up. I want you to stare at your right hand the entire time. Try to look up at your right hand the entire time. That's our goal. You're going to lift your body weight up by leading with the right hand and come onto your left elbow. We'll pause here. And then we come up on the left hand, still reaching through the right hand. Now this is where we lift the hips. So I press down on my left hand, my right foot, my left foot, and I lift as high as you can. We've done this in the bridge and the wild thing. We know the feeling. And then you start to pull your left knee back. You want to bring it back, and then we pivot to go towards our right leg. So our chest is facing the same direction our right toes are. Now here is where some people, like, if your goal is to lift heavy, please tuck those toes under. A lot of people will come here and then lift up on their ankle. That's okay with no weight, maybe if you don't have any like ankle issues, but it's much better to tuck that toe under. I see that detail missed so many times because now I can explode off the balls of my feet, which all our footwork, our Muay Thai footwork has been building up to, right? Standing at the top. Step the left leg back. Come off your mat. Find the floor with your left hand. Slide your left leg through. We come back onto the outside of that foot. Left hip comes down. Left elbow comes down. Left shoulder, right elbow. Let's switch sides. Left foot in. If you've got this and you're like, hey, I've done 1,000,000 clean and presses with you, go after it. Pop off the reps. That's what we're doing today. So you don't have to wait for me and move with me, but we are digging into the Turkish Get Up. So go for it. Left arm up. From here, you're going to pop up on your right elbow, pop up on your right hand, lift your hips, slide your right knee through. Let's come and pivot to the top of our mat. Tuck your right toes under, come to standing. From here, we come down to the knees, find the floor off the mat with your right hand. Right leg comes through. We come down on our right elbow. You're still lifting that left hand. Shoulder, shoulder, elbow. I want to take a peek at what you guys are doing. Yeah, nice. I can't see Kathy or Michelle. But if you have questions, let me know. Okay. So now, if you're along with me, if you've taken off with your weights, that's cool. If you're along with me, let's take, I called this today in my video, a low risk item. So mine's toilet paper, low risk. If it hits me in the face, it's not gonna hurt, because we're gonna place it on our hands and just balance it on our hands. So the first round, we were learning the movement pattern, trying to like build that in, build the technique and alignment into our, it takes a lot more time to build into our muscle memory, but that's the goal. Then we're gonna work on the alignment in this round. So I create this flat surface with my hand now this, like, to keep the balance, I have to keep my eye on it. So that's why I found the toilet paper roll super cool, because it is pretty tippy. And if I look, tippy, TP. And when I was practicing this earlier and looking away, like anytime I looked away, it was like, whoa. So it's really good for practice that way. So looking up, that toilet paper roll is the most important thing. Want to keep it nice and flat. That means our alignment is going to be in check. Just so important for us to lift heavy. We're all going to pretend that we just want to lift so heavy. And I mean, you guys have been training with me a while. I don't lift heavy all the time. But I like to be technical, so I could lift heavy in case I need to show off in front of you guys, right? So that's what it's about. But with kettlebell, it's like when we build the solid technique, it's really like, it just, you can lift pretty much, well, not any weight, but there's a limit I can lift to, but I can lift really heavy weight. It's just like how many reps can you do? But with sound technique, I can be lifting heavier weights than I would train with normally. Flat hand. Want to practice the other side. Are you gripping your non-low item? Are you holding it with your fingers? Don't do that. Don't do that. Whoa. So if you think about it, I just dropped my toilet paper. Anytime that kind of misalignment happens, that your body has to correct, your shoulder has to correct that. And that's what we're not so much avoiding, because we want to build an armor strong enough that we can protect it without hurting ourselves. But that's the idea, is like we don't want to have to correct too much because our alignment is on point. Then we just focus on lifting the weight up and lifting it back down. And those like unorthodox movements are what can be like more prone to injury. And that's what's kind of cool about the kettlebell when it comes to training, but also we need to be super careful and mindful with the technique of the kettlebell because of its design and its unorthodox movement with momentum and all that sort of stuff. So now if you're feeling it, it's time to add your weight. If you've got hand weights, maybe if you really want to challenge yourself, double them up. Try to hold both. I've got little tiny ones, so it's easier for me. I don't know what you have at home, but try to get your heaviest item and get all the way up and all the way back down with that heavy item. So here's where we're putting in the work. Before we were kind of learning the pattern. Now we're going to do 10 on each side. If you've got a heavier weight, you might want to think about like increments. So if you did 2 on the left, 2 on the right, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, or if you did 5 and 5, or if you really want to push it and you're feeling it, go straight for the 10. 10 on the left, 10 on the right. But again, it's like I always try and go until I don't think I can go anymore, and then I like to go one more past that. So if you want to use that kind of principle and play with it, what kind of mood are you in? You don't have to answer that. You answer that with your choice. All right, let's dig in. Anybody have any questions or you feel anything? Please unmute, speak up. If not, 10 on each side, and I'll see you on the finish line.
Yeah, I don't wanna fall asleep, I don't wanna pass away. I've been thinking of our future cause I'll never see those days. I don't know why this has happened, but I probably deserve it. I tried to do my best, but you know that I'm not perfect. I've been praying for forgiveness, you've been praying for my health. When I leave this earth, hoping you'll find someone else. Cause yeah, we still young, there's so much we haven't done. Getting married, start a family, watch your husband with his son. I wish it could be me, but I won't make it off this bed. I hope I go to heaven so I see you once again. My life was kinda short, but I got so many blessings. Happy you were mine, it sucks that it's all ending. For too long, don't go to bed. I'll make a cup of coffee for your head. I'll get you up and going out of bed. Yeah, hey. Don't stay awake for too long. Don't go to bed. I'll make a cup of coffee for your head. I'll get you up and going out of bed. Yeah. I'm happy that you're here with me. I'm sorry if I tear up. When me and you were younger, you would always make me cheer up. Taking goofy videos and walking through the park. You would jump into my arms every time you heard a bark.
When you guys finish, you can let me know. I've just completed 6 on each side. It's difficult to tell because we all have different weights, right? How fast people are going to go.
Soon you'll be alone. Sorry that you have to lose me. I'll make a cup of coffee for your head. I'll get you up and going out of bed. Don't stay awake for too long. Don't go to bed. I'll make a cup of coffee for your head. I'll get you up and going out of bed. Don't stay awake for too long. Don't go to bed. I'll make a cup of coffee for your head. I'll get you up and going out of bed. Don't stay awake for too long. Don't go to bed. I'll make a cup of coffee for your head. I'll get you up and going out of bed. Don't stay awake for too long. Don't go to bed.
Don't act up, twist your back up. This opportunity to get that ass up. You wanna get wild, get wild. Take it from the sky to the ground right now. Don't act up, twist your back up. This opportunity to get that ass up. You wanna get wild, get wild. Take it from the sky to the ground.
Where you guys at?
Don't act up, twist your back up. This opportunity to get that ass up. You wanna get wild, get wild. Take it from the sky to the ground right now. Don't act up, twist your back up. This opportunity to get that ass up. You wanna get wild, get wild. Take it from the sky to the ground right now. Take it from the sky to the ground right now. Take it from the sky to the ground right now. Take it from the sky to the ground right now. Take it from the sky to the ground right now. Take it from the sky, 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 take it from the sky to the ground.
Thomas, how many you have left? Show me your finger. 3? Go for it. He's got the heaviest weight here. You can take your time.
Bend over, turn around right here. Bend over, turn around right here. Bend over, turn around, bend over, turn around, bend over, turn around right here.
And the rest of us, we'll let Thomas finish up strong. If you have a band, take a band. If you, and wrap it around your thighs. And then find yourself a wall or a door, something you can push your back up into. Was that the lyric of the song that was just on? I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna come into a wall sit. Let me take it off this gallery mode for our viewers at home. Come down and sit, and we're just gonna sit and hang out here, like as if we're just gonna have like a little chat or something. Make sure your hips are in line with your knees. Sometimes we get these like diagonal chairs. We've got our band on. Even if you don't, just start to pulse outward. Press your back, your entire back up against the wall. Let your hands be off your thighs. Sometimes we like hold weight here, but instead bring them up on the hands. Wave them out. Yes? Yeah, but please don't bike. Just wait. I'm almost done. You can go outside though. Hold open and then slowly bring your knees together. And open, take breaks when you need to, and then get back into it. And slowly together. We can do it fast, but can we do it slow? Little pulses out, 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 out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Walk up the wall, straighten the legs, squeeze the glutes, open up the hips. We're gonna stay on the same wall. You're gonna bring your left forearm, almost like we do this like left side plank on the wall. Take your right leg up. Take it up against the band. Feel that resistance in the band. And then pulse it behind you. Send the heel back with a nice straight leg. Give the glute a squeeze. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go up. We're gonna kick forward. Back, up, forward. And then from here, bend at the knee. You're going to open your knee up and bring it back down. Up and up and up. Beat it up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's come back down and we'll just take a seat on the wall, like nice relaxing seat. Sort of like chill, right? Probably not, but that's okay. Walk your feet in a little closer because we're gonna lift one leg off the mat and just give a few pulses. I feel like I can like pull it up like a marionette or something, like my hands are actually like helping me switch sides. Press your back into the wall. That's our support. That and the feet. Put it down. Walk your feet out. Lift your heels. Tap them down. Up. Down. Hold. Lift your toes. Lift your heels. Lift the toes. Lift the heels. We're going to walk up. You're going to come over onto your right side plank. Woo, lean, lift, and lift. Good, let's kick it back. Kick it back. So we're going to go back. Side, kick it forward. Let's come back to that nice relaxing position on the wall. Just faking it. We tell ourselves whatever, right? We tell ourselves whatever we need to tell ourselves to keep that mind strong. So this is a resting pose. When we feel the alignment, when we line up our joints, when we push our back into the mat, we can feel the strength and power in our legs and our body holding us here. And then we're like, hey, this is not so bad. Then we're going to just reach down as if we're touching the left side, and then reach down, tap the right side, little side crunches. Come here with the hands behind the head, pressing the back into the wall. You're going to lift your left knee, left elbow, sorry, right knee. Whew. And we switch sides. Side to side. Good. Walk up, walk up, walk up. Oh, from here, we're going to lay down on the mat. Keep this little, like, beach pose happening. And then we just lift that right knee up. This is great work with the band. If you don't have the band, use your hand. Press down, use some resistance. You could even grab your hand weight. Lift with the hand weight. If you have the band, you could do this too. Your planted leg, the leg that's on the floor, is pushing down and grounded. Reach the other one away from you. Feel the hip opening. Slow, deliberate movement. Now let's lift the whole leg and down. Feel that muscle fatigue. It's okay. It's what we showed up for, right? Stick with it strong. You crave that feeling. I know you do. Woo! It feels so good after. We know it's so good for our body. Pause at the top. Extend the leg out. Curl it in. Drop it down. Lift up. Out. In. Down. Up. Out. In. Down. Yeah, we add a little speed. Oh. Yeah. Pulse it up. Pulse it up. Pulse it up. Pulse it up. Hold. Kick it out. 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 Bring it down. Second side. Oh yeah, we gotta even ourselves out, Even it out. Hand down. You know the drill. If you want to add some resistance, if you want to work a little bit harder, you can add the hand. You can have the hand weight. You can have the band, the triple threat. Triple threat. Lift it up. Even if it's not heavy, lift it like it's the heaviest thing you've lifted all day. We move with intention. When we're lifting heavy, we elicit more power in our muscles. We elicit more engagement. So if we pretend we're lifting heavy, it's the same thing. Moving deliberately. Let's lift the entire leg. Up! Oh, and down. Shout it out if you need to. I feel like I can work 85% harder if I'm making loud noises. That's a fact. That's a real percentage. Kick it out. Bring it in, down, up, out, in, down, up. Boom. And then we pulse, 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 up, kick, 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 kick. Whoop, 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 whoop. Bring it down. Set. Wait to see what song's next. Oh no, we got one more. Oh, lucky us, lucky us. Come on your back. Keep the band on. Let's do a little bridge work. So we tackled the hips individually. Now let's put it together in the center. Feet down. Lift the hips up. Arms down by your side. Tuck the chin into your chest. Tap the sit bones down. Lift it up. Down and up. Yeah, those legs are talking to us. We're working them out. Woo-hoo. We came to feel it though. I know you did. Down and up. Hold at the top. Chin tucked into your chest. Squeeze the glutes. Lift those hip flexors. Now here, we're going to give that little pulse. Out, 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 out. Keep your core strong. Low back is protected. Out, 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 out. Woo-hoo. So now we're going to go out. Knees line back up with ankles. Drop down. Lift up. Open, close. Feels good. Woo! Curl the knees in. Hug them in. Now from here, ground down through the feet. Lift the hips. Now from here, right knee comes in. You're just going to kick it straight out. And in, and out, and in, and out. Keep lifting through the hips, squeezing the glutes. In, out. Let that leg move. In and out. Out. In. Just pulse it in. Pulse the knee in towards your chest. Yeah, keep the left hip up off the floor. Then kick it out, 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 out. In and out. In and out. Bring the knee in and out. Place it down. Hips keep lifting. Squeeze the glutes. Ow. Left knee in and out. Get into it. Oh, this might be, I don't know what time it is. I let my playlist kind of like guide me, waiting for, classic. There it is. We're still going to work though. Suck it in, and kick it out, 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 out. Last couple. Boom, 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 boom. Bring it down. Take your band off. And we go from engagement to wanting to completely disengage. Try to just let it all go. Relax your muscles all through the legs and glutes, all through your hips especially. Just kind of soften and let go. Let your arms fall out to the sides. And we breathe.
Some help, please bring my baby back from hell. She's a lovely girl, just needs some time. It's not her fault, she's got a troubled mind. And lately death's been chasing me.
Try to relax to your face as your breath starts to soften.
It's easier when we're drunk or high. She's an uppers girl, loves to cope with wine. Houston, we have lost control. Deep in the wreckage, I found my soul. It was dark out here for a long, long time. When the sun came up, we damn near went blind. Yesterday ain't worth my time, and if tomorrow comes, then we pray for life. I've been doing this for way too long. Just another girl and another song. And when it hits like a ton of bricks, it'll all just come crashing down. Oh. Baby, I'm coming home. Coming home. Oh, baby, I'm coming home. Save me from myself. I hope God you hear these prayers that I burn. Save me from myself. I hope God you hear these prayers that I burn. Home, baby, I'm coming home. Coming home. Oh, baby, I'm coming home.
And then from here we can bring some movement back into our bodies. Oh, giving ourselves a nice big stretch. Ooh, and then slowly, well, at your own pace, coming up to seated. Nice work. I hope we learned something new or cleaned up a few of the Turkish Get Up techniques and had a good workout.
No, I don't care. You got a man now.
Thanks, Jen.
You're welcome. Oh, Thomas, I'm waiting for your Lila video.
Got me some things.
Yeah.
Turkish Get Up now. That's what we're training for now.
I had a hard enough time with this.
They say